Good. I am the music, motherfucker, cool for true. I'm cool for true. I chew on mushrooms. I do what I do because I have this great gift of way with words. I love to rap because look at what I get away with words. This is freedom of speech in its purest form, rawest form, straight from the blocks we grew up on. Kick lines outside of the corner store at the cop and the Dutch. So all aboard the crazy train. Ozzy Osbourne mixed with David Blaine with Slim Shady's brain and ADHD. Itching to get out of my skin like I'm full of scabies eggs. You can pass it,
Yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Snub nose flows, he froze when revealed, otherwise concealed. Let the wise men build. Skilled devil chillin' mid-level, playing dead when the shot swung. The last man standing, snatched the flag and the shotgun. Top one, look at my reflection, I'm a gold ball. Y'all sound weak, they can't detect you on the sonar. My son rolled up a crowbar, then lit it up. I hit it up, pick any beat, I get it sewn, I hem it up. Temperature too high for this perimeter. Ain't no type of dilemmas that can limit us and what we building up. So we the limited edition us, that's why they wanna put us in a box, put a label on the side, then on the shelf so we can ride. I'd rather not, rather ride around in pursuit of and punch a black clock. Got they heart palpitating cause on the low they I got a pop. Hey yo,
Oh wow. Okay, what's the next one? Okay. Yeah. Shaway Bagels. Yo. I'm Bishop with the pistol packing, red like Cameron, get this action, no relaxing, Samus taxing, never give up, get it cracking, gotta get up, give Bin Laden, laughing boy, I slap Aladdin, saddened from Manhattan, crashing, spazzing, why this beat is blasting, Jesus passing, splashing on my beats, cannot keep from happening, reaching madness, bragging about my clout, just like preaching backwards, eating asses, never was the class I passed you, preaching backwards, acting like receiving passes, you were such deceiving bastards, look at the sky, is it a bird or is it a, yeah, prelude.
Flowing hues of roots. My music is influent. A student of the ruins. No accepting shenanigans. Shipping Titanic panic mannequins of Hispanic to Islamic. Abominably common. Still we separate the shaman. Deprivation. Segregate and separate a nation. To be complacent with the face of grace. No Freemason chasing to take a space. A myth that never took place. Admit I feel out of place. Disgruntled on education. I must have knew I was tasting a hateful interpretation. Escaping the unification. Beautification of hating. Now we chasing a sheeple and people steep into deeper of evil. Keep us not speaking to how we equal. My pen is the steeple, the law to illegal. Ooh. My pen is the steeple, like the law to illegal. And I'm a owner, a regal, leading the teachers of speaking eagle.
Shout it out.
Sometimes there's a fucking advertisement, you never know.
Did you ever just feel like crying your tears like you'll never cry again? This is dealing with real life. I feel like every little thing collapses and crashes as soon as my mind relaxes. I trap this pain, cold memories inside. I spit rhymes, thinking my piss side will get by. I killed my old self, stuck in the hate. I wanna die, but every time I'm getting stuck in the gate, wanting for faith, then my faith is filled with the cold truth. Isn't made to go through, so won't you give me a chance to take back everything I said to make you hate back? I played that smart ass kid and now it's gone, like the shoulder I've been needing to lean on. I keep on reality, this life gets harder as I wonder how it would have been living with my father.
L.I. on the rise, you already know what it is. Peace.
Welcome to L.I. on the Rise. It's all about people who are chasing their dreams, chasing success, and people who are on the rise. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Shout out to everyone who has. I'm C. Matteo.
And it is your boy Al Shep.
And today we are joined by two phenomenal hip-hop artists. Guys, please introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, what's going on? This is Dice, D1C3, hip-hop artist from Long Island, one half TRUVILLAIN. Here with my brother.
iNTeLL, the I-N-T-E-L-L, love life, live long, straight out of Shaolin, Staten Island, in a motherfucking building. The other darker half of TRUVILLAIN. I'm the top of the Oreo cookie. He's the cream. Pause. Why did I choose Oreo? Because I'm hungry, because I'm fried. Shout out to L.I. on the Rise.
Welcome, guys.
That was the best one yet.
That's a great intro, man.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out.
I just, there's word trails in my head, and sometimes I'll just follow them and see where they lead.
Yeah.
Hey, we love it, man.
You never know.
Came to the right place.
Facts.
You never know.
But iNTeLL, I gotta say, I was looking at your YouTube,
Perusing.
I was looking at the music videos and I was checking out the comments. You're getting a lot of love, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. You know, it takes a lot to actually, because some people just look at shit and they don't want to comment on shit. So it takes a lot to take that extra step and comment. And if it's love, I appreciate it. And if it's hate, I appreciate that too, because it's entertaining. So yeah, anybody wants to, if you want to express yourself, express it. Don't keep it in, because when you keep it in, that's how you do dumb shit with weapons. So we don't want nobody doing dumb shit with weapons, not no more. So
Well, the good news is everyone was showing you love.
yes,
Yeah. Oh,
thank
yeah.
God.
You get a
Thank
lot of
God.
love. You get a lot
I
of
fought
love.
hard for that love. You know what I mean? It wasn't always there. So you know, I'm glad that people are definitely appreciating what I'm doing now.
Yeah, man. On your video, The Resurrection of the Real, I just want to go through some comments. Everything about this is dope. Real hip hop is back. Keep it up, man. This is dope. Man, this was too dope. Never disappoint, bro. Keep it up. Yo, dope, man. Dope, homie. Meth Man Instagram led me to this. Very dope. This is sick. And just a bunch of fire emojis.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I
honest with you.
appreciate that.
That's crazy. To get that many in a row, like, well, look, you get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
especially with the type of music that I feel like I make is not always received that positively, but these are just people that are looking for that real shit, you know what I'm saying, or looking for something different than what they hear on the radio every day. So when I did that record, it was also like when I was coming back to music, because you know I kind of separated myself or was lost from me, and I had to recapture it. So that was around the time I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready to get back in the ring and back in the Coliseum and fuck shit up.
Well, it's dope because your drive is noticed and your skill is noticed. And I want to talk about the power video that we got. First off, iNTeLL, do we have the power?
Do you have the power? Yes, you do, because it's LR on the rise. The power rises up.
That's
So
it.
shout out to y'all. And yeah, everybody that thinks they have the power has the power. You just got to use it properly. With great power comes great responsibility. Shout out to Stan Lee.
Shout out Stanley.
Shout
Rest
out.
in peace, Stanley.
Hell yeah. Rest in
And
peace,
speaking
man.
of Stan Lee, this is a great segue to introduce the other half of 88, my brother and rap, Sif, Sick in the Head. If you will please join me for a second. Thank you,
Hell yeah.
Dice.
Also, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yo, what up, yo, what up,
What's
yo?
going
What's
Do
going
you
on?
got the power?
We got, wait.
Yo,
I'm too high for this shit. I don't know the
Because
order it goes in.
we had the flower.
a lot of power going on for this. one, man.
I'm glad you came up, man, because I'm about to read the comments for power. This one comment. My word, this is some other type shit. This is true art and poetry.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
I ain't even get
Facts.
around to reading the comment shit. Did you read any of them?
Of course.
Yeah, I'd be on that too,
Gotta
man.
see, gotta see.
Yeah.
Got this on repeat. Keep going, bro. Fire emoji, fire emoji.
I like the fire emoji.
How does it feel putting all the energy into the music, putting out the video, and this is how people are seeing you guys?
Feels pretty amazing. You know, we put a lot into the video. It took the time it took, and we was just keeping it in the oven until it was ready, and we delivered it.
Facts, and it just feels good to just put new shit out and just see people react to it.
Hell
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So
Because I'll tell you one thing, YouTube's a brutal place, man. People
Yeah,
fucking
it's
tear
fucking
people
crazy.
apart
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even like starting something like this and putting it on YouTube, I had to have that talk with myself. Like,
Mhm.
all right, I know people are gonna kill me. I gotta ignore it. Like, if
Yeah.
it happens,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you're getting a lot of YouTube love.
Gotta take the
Facts.
good with the bad, and hopefully it's mostly good. You know what I'm saying? We take that good and we absorb it and then give it back to the people. And all the bad, we just go, ha ha, like Nelson. You feel me?
Yeah. How'd you guys come up with the concept of that video? Like, that's a pretty sick concept, honestly.
I will allow my brother Sif to speak more about that.
Alright, so boom, shout out my man Alex Antigua. That's actually the director and the
Shout
editor.
Black Air
Shout
Force
out.
hashtag Black Air Force Ones.
Oh, yeah, he came up with the concept, just wanting to include kind of like the A Tribe Called Quest feel that you see on the paint that's painted on the dancers, and also a yin and yang concept that ties into the whole 8 and 88 concept with the yin and yang, the balance, black and white.
Infinity, life path numbers. We can go on and on about
Yeah,
that.
it
But
gets incredibly deep. But yeah, like that just came about. Just really like the song came about just off. It was just I don't even know how I got to this point.
We was
Like,
in the studio just vibing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the beat came on, and we just let it play. And we didn't have no specific idea in mind. We just let it play and started freestyling. And then the hook came to me,
You just feeling powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
pretty
that's
much.
what it was. Yeah, in the stew. That's where, you know, that's our fortress of solitude. You know, that's our bat cave. So that's where we get the source of our power.
Hell yeah.
Or one of the sources.
So just out of curiosity, how come it's not POWER?
You want to? I got my explanation, and you got your explanation.
My explanation is I just spelled it that way so it was easier for people to find. So just like POWER might a whole bunch of other shit might pop up.
Kanye.
So
Kanye.
spell it funny. It's more possible for it to pop up. That's my thinking.
That's brilliant. I thought I started spelling it like that, but I probably noticed you did it like that and then went with it, because to me, the track is very like, it brings me back to the 70s, you know, and I just feel like they wasn't saying power, they're saying power. You got the power, bro. Soul Brother got the power. Power. You know what I'm saying? From back here, the power. So yeah.
Hell yeah. It's a phenomenal song, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. More to come from 88, you know what I'm saying? Potentially this year. So keep your ears open.
Keep on the fucking lookout.
Facts, boy. I slap shit out you.
And if y'all don't know my name at this point, I mean, you should, because you're familiar with 88 or iNTeLL. But I go by Sif Sick in the Head. You can find me SoundCloud. You can find me, and I'm all over the internet, bro. It's like I don't have one central. I know I should. I should have one central place where all my music is, but I don't. Shit is in like space. You know what I'm saying? But it's out there. Instagram, DefSick92. Twitter, DefSick92. Got some more work coming with 88, like iNTeLL said. Got some more work coming with my man Wavy Bagels, who actually
shout out to the producer on
Facts.
Yeah, Wavy
Shout
Bagels.
out.
Shout
We
out
love
Wavy
you.
Bagels.
Shout out Wavy Bagels.
That's a sick name.
Yo,
That's a sweet name.
Sick name for a sick man with sick beats.
Facts. And also got some more work coming with my man Nelson Dialect out of Australia. Shout outs to him. But
Shout
yeah,
out.
we got a lot of work coming.
Rolling with the cheese, snappy with the peas, German shepherd scratching with the fleas, pollinating good flowers like I'm with the bees, killer like the woo, rebel army, Maccabees, run everything like the Jews.
So we were talking about the Power music video, but in general, how important is music videos nowadays? You think it's a little more important than the music, equally important?
You know, it really depends on what you're trying to do. If you go on the old-fashioned route and you're trying to do an album and then you having a rollout and then you want videos to support your album, then you kind of got a little bit more freedom, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because the videos are just to remind people of the album, or to prop up the song, whatever you really wanted to do. But in this new era, it's like people are like doing a music video for a single instead of doing an album right away, just to see how their reach goes. So they put a lot into that music video, because these music video budgets are getting upwards of $1 million, which is a budget you would get to record an album, you know, with high profile features. Shout out to Lil Dicky. He's got a music video out now called Earth, and it's fucking fire, and it's all in my feels, and it makes me want to recycle, even though I do sometimes, but I should all the time. Everybody should recycle all the time.
We only have 12 years left before we hit irreversible effects.
I don't believe that. Not that the scientists are lying, but I just have hope that anything can be reversed, because listen, the planet is here long before we got here. It's going to be here long before after. Maybe we might kill ourselves off, but the planet will be fine. But for ourselves, yeah, we need to get our shit together. Like ASAP.
Maybe the planet will start attacking us. Like,
bro, we was just talking about that. Allergy season is fucking everybody up, right? So what are the trees doing over thousands of years of evolution to change their sperm to kill off people that breathe their sperm? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm not sure if I can go outside after you just said sperm like that.
I'm telling you, pollen is tree sperm. Some of us are allergic to tree sperm. It is what it is.
Shout out tree sperm.
No.
That's going to be the fucking clip that we're going to use right there.
Fuck tree sperm.
Yo, and real quick, to just backstep really quick about with the video and everything, I feel, for me personally, whenever I do a project, I like to treat the whole project, I don't want to say as a movie, but I like to kind of keep everything organized and structured, in a certain way. And I feel that nowadays a lot of artists do videos and use the videos to just gain attention instead of using it to further tell a story or to build on that. I think that a video should make things a little bit more clear for the viewer when they can't understand what you're actually trying to say. And that's what the video should do. And I also want to say, by the way, as well, shout out to that for that video Power, because when I first seen it, I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, you guys put a lot of work into it, and it shows. You know what I mean? And that's something that people need to realize and see and appreciate. And also, they should allow it to inspire them to do better as well, because a lot of people, you know, they don't really put a lot into it, and I feel that it really should. It should try to bring out what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do, you know?
Yeah, well, you talk about, like, the imagery with the video and stuff. You just had a video that recently came out called No Filter.
Fire.
Riddled with imagery.
Fire.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very powerful video. You go in a little bit on what you were doing with that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole concept of No Filter was pretty much like, so I'm saying in the video, well, I'm saying in the song that, you know, I'm taking off the filter. I'm saying what I feel. This is how I feel. And basically in the video, I was expressing that, like, if, like, these are the words that I'm going to, like, yo, if you want to crucify me for it, I'll do it myself. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I feel, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's why at the end, cover myself in gas, light it up. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, like, you ain't going to crucify me for what I feel. This is how I feel. It is what it is. I'll do it myself.
Take
you
me
know?
as I am.
Exactly.
And speaking on that video, were you dissing Tory Lanez or something? You said pussy, you wanted to sing along, you could have bought Tory Lanez but chose this.
Yeah, I mean, not really like a diss, but it was, all right, it was kind of like a little bit of a diss, but I mean, I don't have a problem with Tory Lanez. It was just, you know, my personal opinion was I really didn't care about, you know, certain things that happened with him and, you know, how he went about certain things.
No, he said I'm the greatest rapper alive.
Yeah, and, you know,
He's the
pretty
same
much.
height standing up as he is sitting down.
Yeah, and you can't, you know, you can't, like, yeah, like, you can't turn around, like, all right, so you started beef with other people, okay, and I'm all about old school hip-hop. This is about, hip-hop is competitive. It was always competitive. It will always be competitive. You don't start a competition, and then when somebody puts you back in your lane, you get mad and you roll up on them. That's just, it's just corny, and I don't respect it, and that's why I kind of like, because you're saying all this stuff to try to add attention on your album, and then you dropped your album, and you were singing on your entire album. So it's like, why are you flip-flopping? And that's why, you know, I kind of like, you know, oh, if you want to sing along, you should have bought Tory Lanez.
Well, someone left a comment on that video and they said, when the bass dropped, so did every mumble rapper's balls. Shout out to Seth Olsen.
Yeah, shout out to you.
That's a quality comment. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah,
That's
the
good stuff.
comments drive me crazy. I seen even like SoundCloud one day. I was just reading the comments and I was like, I forgot I even had songs on SoundCloud. And I was like, yeah, let me check them anyway. And like, there was like a whole trend of people that were like, this song's so hard that something happened. Like somebody's like, I slapped my grandmother. And somebody was like, I slapped his grandmother. That's how hard this song was. And another dude was like, yeah, and then I slapped his grandfather. And like, this shit just kept going. I was like, damn,
beautiful.
Everybody's just joining together. I was like, this is awesome.
Slapping everybody's grandparents.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like, I don't want to influence you to do that, but
Nobody will play that safe.
Those are internet slappers.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the song's that good. Man, if you haven't seen No Filter 2, fucking look that shit up right now. Fucking man,
Share it, repost it, replay it.
Yeah, and tell your grandma about it, but don't slap her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
don't slap her.
Or I might fucking have to.
I mean, if she ain't got that phone ready, no.
But honestly, man,
need a little sweet potato pie.
the song's phenomenal. I hit it on repeat again and again and again. I don't think you could just listen to that once. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get it all. It doesn't
That-
absorb one time.
Thank you.
And that's the beauty about music. That's really good.
Catch different,
You know what I mean?
different things in the past.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But speaking of music videos, you have shot and edited over 100 music videos?
Yeah, so I can't remember the names of all of them and all the artists I work with.
Give me all 100
But
right now.
You want all 100? I give you all 100.
Bullshit.
His bullshit is no soup for you. I've been making music videos for years since like 2008. And
wow.
Yeah, and you know, starting out with cameras like that you take pictures with that are like 4 megapixels or some dumb shit like that you take when you're going to visit family real quick, and but also takes video. So I would start with that, and just do close friends and family and my own stuff, and then it just grew to like, I could really do this professionally. And then I started editing, and then when I went to film school, just almost every artist on the island I've done a music video for, with the exception of some that feel like, you know, they don't need to work with certain people on the island, you know. They got their little cliques, but it's cool. But yeah, I would say close to 100. I've shot either 100 or close to 100 music videos, and a lot of those over the last 5 years I've been doing with my iPhone. So,
Wow, props to you, man.
Honestly, that's sick.
thank you.
What do you think is the hardest part working with artists?
They don't know what the fuck they want.
Straight up.
They don't know what the fuck they want, and they expect you to know what they want for half the price. And it's like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, I had a dude ask me, he's like, yo, I need a music video. I'm like, okay. He's like, well, this other dude was doing it for $50. I was like, what?
You might as well go to him.
I was like, yo.
Facts. That's a wild ass.
Like,
Why you
I won't
asking?
even continue talking to you for that. Like, just stop it. Like, just for that disrespect.
Yeah,
Like,
you went and sourced somebody else after they said $50? What
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, like, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
I feel like a golden Buddha, that's a Buddha made of gold. Gotta let go of the whole to appreciate the soul. You know, my career and ideas been exposed. I'm attracting what I need, I'm a teacher on the road.
I snap my fingers, half the population turns into dust. Got the skill to put the earth on a crutch. Murderous grudge, laughing loudly with the world in my clutch. And target rap is only working to suck.
Welcome. So
Hello.
let everyone know what you do.
I am P to the R-E Ma from S.I.T.H. I am a rapper, songwriter, somewhat artist, creator.
Fire rapper.
Life liver, student, you know, just walking along the journey.
So
That's it.
for those who haven't heard your music, how would you describe it to them?
My music is definitely poetic. That's the first thing that comes to my mind because lyrics really matter to me. I was inspired by boom bap, so I think you can hear a little bit of that essence in my cultivation. However, to be honest, I'm still finding myself. So like I'm just down to create, you know, like I love hip hop. That's what I do. That's what I am. That's what drives me. So definitely hip hop. But who's to say tomorrow I would go out and do a folk song or a country song or pop out on some Lil Nah Prema, whatever you want to call it, you know? Because really, like, the more I create, the more I learn how much I don't know and how therapeutic it is. And at the end of the day, really, that's what it is for me. It's therapy. That would be my best bet. Therapy.
That's beautiful. You know, and also too, like, I feel like you're a way better representation of like a female hip hop artist compared to I don't know, Cardi B. Let's say a Nicki Minaj.
Like, shout out to Cardi. We like her.
She's
Shout
cool.
out.
Shout out to
Right.
her. But what you represent in the bars and actually being, you're saying the poetic, and you're always learning, and there's always like a passion behind it. Because I remember when Dice was first telling me about like you guys and whatever, when we first interviewed him, he's like, you got to check out Prema, she's fire. And then you posted something, I think you were still pregnant at the time, and you were like freestyling. It was like a 3 or 4 page thing, and I had to immediately send it to Christian. I'm like, this is the female hip hop I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
then I'm like, what?
I'm like, huh? What the fuck? Like, you know, it's crazy. To, you know, because we follow you guys on Instagram. It's like sitting in front of like 2 famous people right now because we follow your lives. You know what I'm saying?
Shucks,
We
man.
follow your lives so hard, and it's just
I
so great.
appreciate
You guys
that
do such a
energy,
good
'cause
job
we
of what you
need
do.
that, you know. It's
You know what I mean?
it's a thin line to walk, to be humble and to be, you know, but also to live your truth. Like, yeah, I'm fucking great. Like, we do great things.
Absolutely.
You know, but when we come around people that deliver that energy in a way that won't inflate us, we really appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? So thank you.
And it works both ways too. Like the listener is just as important as the creator. Like it feels so good to have people genuinely like hear my music, you know, because there's people who listen and then there's people who hear it. And like I do both, you know. Sometimes I was talking to him earlier, like sometimes I just want to lazy listen. Like I just want to hear a beat and a groove and I want to be on my ratchet shit and like, you know, and not all the time, but few and far between. But, you know, most of the time I go for lyrics, I go for substance. But, you know, you're in different moods and different modes. So when you find a listener who genuinely pays attention, because people don't even realize like what captivates them most of the time. You know, some people like different things make people's heart beat differently. So it's just, it feels good. You know, it emulates, it works both ways. So, and that's where the inspire comes from. Like that's where I get my chills from, is like really like, well, first of all, I'm just trying to impress really this one here, but you know,
she
then
keeps my pen game on point, just so y'all know, man.
Yeah, absolutely, she does.
She'd be like, "Yo, you want to hear this?" I'd be like, "No."
I'm not trying to feel down today.
Yeah.
You're really good.
It's like bittersweet because you're happy the other person made a fire verse, but then you're like,
damn,
I gotta top her right now.
Yo,
I gotta top her right now.
Especially if it's on the same beat, then it's like we just going for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's gotta be a sick. You know,
it's beautiful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it is a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I can't effortlessly body her on a track.
And it's great too. You guys found two same people that are so passionate about what they do, and it's like the same type of stuff. You guys are all like, you guys love doing. You know, it's got to be. It's got to help you guys both with progressing your career, because you're both right there. Like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Like,
everything. And that's my one advice that I would give to everybody on this planet is two pieces of advice. One, find someone that understands you so that y'all can grow together on the same path. And don't have children with anybody you don't love. So that is my advice to y'all.
Listen, people.
Just take that mic out and drop it, and then we'll pick it back up later. Like, but that's beautiful.
Hit a wall built in brick, block mental bars thick. Wanna break through so bad, but the key got me sick. I gotta hold on, let go. Tightest grip she ever know. I finally got to the soul to see even deeper the black hole.
Do you think visuals are more important than the music?
I think everything is important.
It's a culmination.
Good answer.
Yeah, I think everything is important, and it's about what you feel about it. Because some things you just really want people to listen and think, and then some things you want to kind of like draw a picture. And when you put a visual with a song and you have a concept, that shit can really touch you. I can hear a song and be like, the song's good, and then see the video and be like, yo, I feel something. So it all depends, but you don't always need a visual, because the song, to me, is supposed to paint the picture for you. So sometimes you want to leave that up to the reader, you know, or the viewer, however you want to put it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But what Tierra Whack is doing, what Boogie did, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Boogie, Eminem's new artist.
Oh, yeah.
These little short concept videos, they're like short films. That's the wave.
Yeah, it plays to the attention span of the viewer nowadays too, for sure, and that's like a big thing.
As soon as you get your eyes get comfortable and complacent, they switch. Your brain goes, "What the fuck is happening now?" You know what I'm saying? You start leaning in. What the fuck is going on? So, and it keeps you in check. So
yeah,
it's entertaining.
I noticed too, there's been a lot of songs coming out nowadays where it's like you're saying, like, you get your ears get comfortable, and like these songs, they'll cut to another beat and shit now all of a sudden. Like,
I mean, in terms of, if it's like every record, I feel like that's a bit much. It's excessive. Like, but like,
there's something ear freshener.
It's a new thing, I guess, because people really don't have unless they're already in love with that artist. It's harder for them to sit there and listen to this new person for 2 minutes and 30 seconds or 3 minutes and 45 seconds or 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, oh, I gotta listen. But it's 60 seconds. That's the same amount of time as an Instagram post will allow you to post on your wall. Exactly, because you already do every day on Instagram. Yep. So that's kind of, maybe this is a conspiracy, the record industry shaping itself based on a social media platform.
Word.
To fit in the confines of that, you know, maybe next thing we're doing 15-second music videos for the Instagram story. Or now you can take a minute video and it breaks it up for you. So you don't even need to do it yourself. You can just make a minute video, put it on Instagram, and break it up for you, you know? So.
You guys feel like hip-hop nowadays, the music's becoming shorter, like minute 30-second songs. We got 2-minute songs. This stuff was unheard of.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I tapped into that a little bit, though, for this next album I'm working on. Like, not every record is really full-length, 3 verses, 2 hooks, and everything like that. Some is just like, you get a minute of this, and then we switch, and you get a minute of that, or you get a minute and a half of, like, bars or something like that, you know? So it's a good element to use in terms of when you want to change it up. But, like, as a specific theme for a whole project, I don't know about that. How would you feel if, like, you listen to a whole project and everything was 60 seconds?
I feel like I would feel gypped. I would feel gypped, you know, because I'm a listener. I want to dive into something when I listen to it. I don't listen to a song. I listen to an album when I first hear it, you know.
Well, I respect. I haven't heard that in a while.
So but that's the way I grew up. Was I came up when you got a CD and you appreciated that whole album. You read the fine print, you looked at the artwork. That was all part of the process, you know. You bought a bootleg off someone, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like that to have that feeling of like the actual art in hand, I think like transferred into the way I listen and hear music a lot. And we're definitely watering it down, you know. We're definitely, social media, the internet, and everything is definitely shortening our attention spans, and it's sad. But the fun thing about being an artist is that now how to figure out how to counteract that. You know, like this is where we have to get wiser as artists and be like, okay, well, how can I eloquently position my song where I'm saying enough, not too much, where people can understand and get what they get out of it in this time frame, or reel them in so that I can make it a little bit longer than everybody else's and they still love it, you know. And I think that's where the change up comes in. That's where Kanye threw that in. I think he coined that. Like, maybe not coined it, but you know,
he made it
brought
popular.
it back.
He was just like, "What the fuck?
Is
What
like,
happened to the beat?"
I want to make a
like
5-minute song. Sorry, and I'm on a tangent now. I want to make a 5-minute song, you know, but I know people aren't going to listen after a couple of minutes. So how can I do this? So boom, you change it up, and that's going to change the whole chemistry in your brain, because the way it orchestrates and how we feel is all chemistry. So that's where the endorphins come in, the dopamine, and all that science bullshit comes in.
It's getting deep.
If you want to make your song shorter, do that. Good luck. But the rest of us, we're going to change it up every once in a while. You know, long, short, Morse code, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Tap, tap, tap.
So
Stop.
when it comes to your following and your supporters, is there anything that you want to let them know that maybe they wouldn't know about you by looking at your social media?
Find me. Just find me. Come find me.
She
It's
can
all in
fight.
the music.
She can fight.
That's it.
Don't fucking.
I don't want to be
roll
known
up on
for that,
her with
though.
the rah rah.
Nah,
She
I'm
will
saying.
Remy Ma your shit early.
No, I will not. I will.
I
if
got
I
a
have
reason.
So I'm
To.
gonna skip over this next question.
No. Yeah. Just listen to the art. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. Find me. My journey is of a unique one, just as is yours and yours. And if you don't like me, if you love me, or whatever it is, come and read about me, listen to my music, check me out on my social media, Instagram, Prema777. You can find me on SoundCloud. I got my music on iTunes. Again, Prema777. It's all in the music. It's all in the music. It's about to unfold on video and footage and all of that. We have a lot of things happening. So, but short answer, just, you know what I'm saying? The best way to get to know me is to get to know me. That's it.
Keep a fucking eye out.
Yeah.
These guys make moves.
Please follow her. Please, like it's lit.
Word.
A passionate potion, my secret to flower, my flower, the hour, a moment of power. I sit all alone in my throne in my tower, a phoenix. I dream of how I will devour supremeness. Dreams of a genius. J to the days be the cleanest.
So, what inspired the dual-headed beast of TRUVILLAIN?
So we was working on a project of mine called Unite, mixed and recorded entirely at Dice's spot by Dice, and we was just chopping it up after sessions, not partying, but like chilling, you know, smoking, drinking, shooting the shit, playing beats. And he was just like, yo, like we should just do a tape. And I was like, I'm down. Let's just throw some concepts back and forth. He's like, yo, what if we're like some like time traveling ninja warriors, but like we kill people, so we're villains to the world, and like, but we're trying to save hip hop, so we kill trash rappers. I'm like, that's fire. Let's do that. Let's do that. That sounds good.
Now you're talking about killing trash rappers. Who's the first on the hit list?
Soulja Boy. He's like the Dracula of whack rappers. You feel me? So
you can't get rid of him.
You can't just stake his underlings.
Yeah.
You gotta stake the fucking king. You know.
He was definitely one of the first.
He's hard to get rid of. Like, he just keeps pop like Soulja Boy. It's like, what the fuck?
No, but he's not popping up.
He's
no
like
more.
Ebola.
But he'll be back in about 6 months from now, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Nah, you
like,
know, he's grasping. He's grasping at anything right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite thing with him is like, look at the giraffe scratching, or no, the camel scratching his neck. Like that shit was the funniest thing he's ever done. Like,
he's entertaining. He's become more of a of a clown.
Buying Airbnbs, telling him it's their house.
But I guess no matter what though, none of this shit matter. He's still rich as fuck. You know, he got his publishing from early on. You know, he was smart. So I will say that about the
iNTeLL,
gentleman.
can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
When you come out with your own game console, could I be the first one to buy it?
Absolutely. I don't know what made you spark that thought. Do I look like someone that could sell games?
No, Soldier Boy does it.
Oh, right. He had the fake shit, right? Yeah. Oh, my shit won't be fake.
He started
I'm not
selling
going to Korea to get the unit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, y'all know something? Like,
no.
Truth be
a
told,
console?
when I was working at Apple, I was going to send these niggas an idea for an Apple game console. But then they sent me an email back saying, you can send it to us, but if we like it and we use it, we not going to fucking tell nobody we get it from you. So I was like, fuck y'all, I'll do it myself.
That's great. They straight up told you that shit.
I mean, they added some more, some more couth to it in the email with the Apple logo and all that, but nah, it's pretty much.
It felt good getting that email.
Yeah. They could have just not responded, which is what Coca-Cola does. But they said, you can send us whatever you want. Facts. To this day.
I was always a Pepsi supporter.
But
so
you can't. You give it to us, it's ours. So I was like, all right, well, fuck y'all then. Y'all never have the idea for the Apple iCube.
Like these dudes,
the Apple iGame.
Like these dudes don't have the fucking money to pay anybody else though. That shit's crazy. They were talking about buying Disney and shit. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but Apple. Apple
can't
talking
buy
about
Disney. They ain't got the bread.
They were talking about.
They have $780 billion surplus.
They told Disney,
but they don't. That's still not enough to buy Disney.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, let's merge," and Disney's like, "I don't know." They're like, "Well, we'll buy you then."
Yo, you need all the Infinity Stones to fucking buy Disney, my nigga. You can't just buy Disney. You gotta show with the gauntlet and the stones. You gotta. All right, now you can buy it. Now you can buy us.
Might have to snap twice.
Fact.
How big it is, but like
you need 2 gloves, nigga. You need the Thanos glove and the Tony glove. How many stones is that? 10 stones to buy Disney. Y'all don't understand, man. That mouse, that Mickey. Oh, he's a fucking tyrant. You don't fucking do what I say. What do you mean you don't have my money? I'll slap the shit out of you. Is that Fox? Mine. Is that Comcast? Mine. Is that the U.S. government? Double mine.
We love you, Disney.
I grew up on Disney, so shout out to the Lion King. Hakuna Matata. Don't send the snipers.
Disney's just sitting there like, I'm not making his console.
Yo, but I noticed we were talking about TRUVILLAIN, I believe. Somewhere along.
He is a true villain.
Yo,
man.
fucking, he'll get you. But I noticed there's no like song titles. It's just like page 1, like page 2. What's the like? Are you giving people a book of music? What's going on here?
I assume that's where Dice went with that, but we never actually discussed that.
Oh, that was
he just did it, and I was cool with it. I was like, that's kind of cool, man.
Sort of je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Like I told iNTeLL, was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna try to find an artist, and I reached out to a bunch of different people. One dude tried to like put a cover together, and it was like this whole idea where I was like, all right, here's a picture of me, here's a picture of iNTeLL, like we want to be like samurai warriors, but we're dressed up in like our street clothes and we're like killing all these different like artists, and this dude started like drawing out the cover, and he showed me like a whole like, I remember I sent that to you, and then he was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to finish it for a long time, and then I never heard back from him. So I was like, I'm not gonna like stall this project because I just have this idea for a cover. So I said, you know what, let me throw some stuff together and then see what he thinks about it, and then I just designed the cover.
That cover is
got the little comic book design.
Yeah, and and I would love to stick with that theme, and that's why those tracks like were titled by pages, and
it also adds an element of if you don't see like a title and you don't see a feature, you don't know who's gonna be on it, you don't know what you're gonna hear or what they're gonna be rapping about. It's very intriguing, and I feel like it draws people in more, especially since we giving like y'all short clips.
On this project, you guys are coming after like kind of like the new wave in a sense of these like you guys come after these rappers, like
any whack rapper. And now a whack rapper don't necessarily mean you young and youthful and you just came in. You could be 45 and be trash. I don't like E40. I think E40 is trash, but he's a motherfucking legend, so I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe is trash, but some people consider him a legend. Gotta respect that. But nah, fam, lean back that way. I'm not trying to.
But like Fat Joe and Big Pun's fire though.
Big Pun is a legend to me forever. Even though he only had the one album and a little bit of catalog, he's a legend. Because what you did, your impact, even if it was brief, matters. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a whole lifetime of mediocre shit.
I'm gonna touch on that too, because when you say about like with Twins, with Fat Joe and Big Pun, I'm gonna say straight up, Fat Joe always wanted to be Big Pun. That was his idol. So it's like, yeah, okay, so he did, you know, all right with Twins, but I mean, you're just following suit. You know what I mean? So it's like I look at like, what are you doing separately from that?
Yeah,
you know
his
what I mean?
own shit.
You're standing next to Big Pun. You better step your game up. I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote it, if Big Pun wrote his shit. But it's like, nah. But seriously, you got to step your game up. You know what I mean?
I think we want to go on super tangent shitting on Fat Joe before he come eat us. He gonna come eat
we
us.
actually have Fat Joe
waiting.
pissed.
I think he wrote his own shit, and he put in his work, and he had a lot of work. I just don't like it. So, but what do you do when you don't like something and everyone else is like, well, nah, but he's a legend. Like, he did this, he did that. It's like, I respect it, Well, that's what I'm saying. Not it's like split down the middle, like Lil Wayne. Some people feel like Lil Wayne's not a legend. Some people feel like Lil Wayne is a legend.
Some people think Lil Wayne's like the gospel of hip hop.
And some people feel like he's a fucking gremlin with no teeth. So it's like,
I don't even want to ask.
It's all subjective though. It's just the eyes of the beholder.
Facts.
Yeah.
How did we get to talking about Fat
Dude,
Joe?
I think we were talking about TRUVILLAIN.
We're talking about whack.
Whack rappers. Yeah, right.
I'm not sure if we're there.
The point was, the term whack rapper does not apply to anybody new. It applies to everybody in the Coliseum. Because you could be ill and fall off. Now you're a whack rapper. You still putting out whack shit. You ain't adjust. You whack, nigga. I don't care if you got a Grammy. You feel me? Like M put out some whack shit and got his feelings hurt and came back and spanked that ass. You know what I'm saying? He went from new rapper to legendary rapper to old whack nigga rapper to, okay, now I'm getting my sword sharp again, in my opinion. You feel me? So
I'm so glad he said that, by the way, because before he said it, I feel like we were just on the same wavelength, because I was like, I feel like saying Eminem. Eminem. And I'm like, I shouldn't say Eminem.
I grew up on Eminem, and it's the people, your closest, oldest, deepest fans that would be like, you're whack. What do you do? No, that whole 4 or 5 album span, not talking to him specifically, but just like, we'll be the ones to call you out because we are the diehard listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought CDs. I don't buy CDs. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to certain artists, I will buy the physical CD. And if I buy a physical CD and I think you're not giving your best, I will let you know. Obviously, I don't have his number, so I can't call him and be like, yo, Marshall, get it together.
For one example, Common, The Dream of the Believer.
Oh, fire.
Common. I love Common.
Fire album.
And that album was absolutely incredible. And then when he made the second album, I forgot the exact name of it. No ID, I believe, produced the same thing.
Oh, Something to Smile about, I think.
Yeah. Nobody's Smiling.
Nobody's Smiling, yeah.
I listened to it, and I was like, I went out, I bought it.
Yeah, I was excited, and then it was just like,
I was like, damn. Like,
but Common just dropped a book, and now we talking about Common. He was going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? He was going through some shit, so that might explain that phases of music. So, but TRUVILLAIN is the greatest, and we are fucking awesome.
No, we're way past that now. You can't bring it back. That segment, no, just fucking. TRUVILLAIN is the shit. If you haven't heard the tape, you're fucking up.
Attacking all the snapping, who's acting hard and so passion. Your rap retarded, get blasted. You cats are garbage. What happened? Long Island to the sacred roads of Shaolin. Your towns get left desolated, flattened like the water that you found in. Killer bee swarming, you're fucking with the hive. There's no revival. Fuck a rival, yo, nobody gon' survive.
I can't deal with niggas that's unreliable. No, I can't deal with niggas that's unreliable. No, I can't deal with niggas that's unreliable. Man, I got that fire required to just enlighten you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I work for this man right here. His name is Bobby Briz, aka Scott Jacobs, but I'm his handler. He is a fellow artist from Staten Island, New York, and one of the dopest from the island as well. We've been making music together for several years. We are currently formulating some sort of hive mind rap group duo thing, fudge words. I don't know. I just said a bunch of words, but it's dope and it's gonna be dope.
We're doing stuff.
So that's who he is. Now you tell them who I am. Nigga, that's hard,
today.
right? It's hard, right? No, now you go. Who am I?
I think this is iNTeLL. We just met outside in the parking lot. No,
that's a lot. There's nobody
my
parked
man's
out there.
iNTeLL. We working on a lot of things. We've done a lot of things together. We put on a lot of shows. Made some classic tracks. Made a lot of shit. But yeah, you know, I'm just happy to be here, yo. Thanks for having us Staten Islanders in the building. You know what I'm saying? For LI on the Rise, like.
He's done a couple of albums. You can find them on all platforms. Type in Bobby Briz. I know I've done a couple of albums, and you know we've all made music together. Everybody you've seen here, you know we've all collaborated in one way, shape, or form or another. But you know, it's easier to come up with a whole bunch of creative material, and you know someone else is working on it with you. You know, so right now, you know, between managing intellectual entertainment with my wife, you know, we're also gonna, you know. She's got some stuff rolling out this year, so we're putting a lot of energy into that. You know, I've got my partner in rhyme, Drew Guns. Shout out to Drew Guns. He couldn't make it here. He's got some stuff coming out. So with all that's going on, it's a lot easier for me to just take a step back and be like, yo, I'll rhyme with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'll rhyme with my friends. I don't really need to.
You cover double time on the work and put out dope shit with different kind of people.
Exactly.
Do you have any advice for beginner hip hop artists, people who want to get into music?
You gotta put your mind, soul, and body and everything into it, or don't bother. Like, pretty much, that's my advice. Like, that's all I can really
live
say.
it.
Live it, be it. You know, don't just be on Facebook talking about I'm a rapper and like not, you know,
putting in the work
and, you know, trying to ride a cool wave or whatever. Like, this is really like what people do. Like, this is our lives. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got kids, niggas. How I
like
eat.
Like he said before, you know, yeah, exactly. Nah, but you know, we'll see you at the finish line if you
just don't know where they at.
I have a few kids that are in other states. Yeah. You know,
you know what? I think the CPS is gonna be looking for him now.
You don't see those shades? He looks like every white man. He can't get away with it, man.
I gotta take my glasses off slowly.
He's got long Jesus hair under this hat. You know what I mean? It's
it's
different disguises, man.
Nah, but yeah, I mean that's the advice I could give. I mean, have fun with it. Don't take it too serious. And just give it everything you got, or don't bother, because it's not just like.
It's not for play.
Yeah, it's not for play. This is we're wielding higher powers right now. We're superheroes and shit.
So, looking at 2019 hip hop, is there anything that you would like to personally change about it if you had the power to?
Not really. I just try and make my own contribution, make my own ripple wave. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully people resonate with that. And just like everybody's got their own flavor, and they're, you know, free to express themselves if they're actually writing their own shit. But you know,
you think most people take it seriously, or it's a thing where it's like, oh, I want to be a rapper too. Okay, I'm gonna get my cousin to produce
me. I think a lot of people start out that way because they just get excited with the idea. But if you're doing it to try and, like, I don't know, get attention for it, like, and doing it wrong, like, I don't know. I just don't respect it. Everyone's got their own thing though, but.
Not everybody can do what we do, man.
Yeah,
this is like
really out here working.
If you walk past a samurai school, you think you could just walk inside and fucking pick up a sword?
Step in the fucking dojo.
No, motherfucker, you gotta train to become a samurai, and that's what we are. I like to consider us samurais, you know, because we're honorable, we protect the land, and we just don't have swords. We have words. So
right, exactly.
And we protect the people in the land, and it's about the next generation. And you can't have the next generation listening to garbage, you know, unless you explain to them the garbage is for when you're having fun, but when you fall asleep and when you're doing homework, you should listen to these artists, you know. And then you let that human being do what it wants, you know, because there's plenty of people that are doctors and lawyers, and all they listen to is trap and Lil Baby and Gunna and this, that, and the third. So what you listen to doesn't necessarily determine what you're going to be, but it may or may not influence you at the right times, in the right ways. So just be careful out there what you exposing your youth to.
Yeah, same way whatever food you put in your body, whatever you putting in your ears is, you know, changes your chemicals and shit.
Facts.
You know? Gotta stay on a certain.
Shout out to the vegans. Bobby been a vegan since he was an embryo.
Nah, only 3 years.
You know, he wouldn't eat himself. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't. Shout out to Bobby Fetus.
Don't even think about giving him a fucking cheeseburger. Huh?
Yeah.
So is there anything that you want to say to, like, your following and the people who rock with your music? Anything you want them to know about you?
I mean, my following is very intimate and very they know my music's very intimate, so they know more than enough about me. But
anything they couldn't figure out? Anything they couldn't figure out?
Anything they couldn't figure out is that I've never actually ate ass. I said that in a few of my songs.
That car ride was crazy. That was a legendary car ride. Well, we wasn't eating ass in the car ride.
Yeah, no. I don't know what car ride.
What the fuck is going on?
In the car ride is when we found out who among us eats ass. It was a very revealing car ride.
And you were on the nay. You're on the nay side.
I will neither confirm nor deny if he was or wasn't on the nay.
I've done it, but
I plead the fifth
I think
asshole.
it's funny, and I rap about it like a lot, so that's what I was saying. But
Sick.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
He don't eat meat, so how can he eat ass?
How can I? Ass is vegan. Yeah.
How is ass vegan? How is ass vegan?
Was any animals?
Yo, you
you
answered
get ass
that
at
too.
Whole Foods,
You
son,
answered
like-
Whole Foods.
Yo.
Whole Foods.
Yeah, I
You
eat the
answered
Whole
that too
Foods.
quickly.
I eat the Whole
Yo, man.
For someone that don't eat vegan ass.
Oh,
I only eat
man.
vegan ass. You gotta be
Yes.
vegan, because that means your shit is vegan also. No, I'm good. I'm good.
okay,
I'm just gonna tell
okay.
whoever doesn't know of me, don't listen to my music and follow me, Bobby.Briz on Instagram. And it's an honor to be here with iNTeLL. I'm gonna give the mic back to
Absolutely.
Daiso.
And
Thank
please
you for
make sure
having
you
me.
do follow
thank
him.
you,
Please
thank
do
you.
make sure you follow him for sure.
Love me or hate me, I'm just living, it's whatever though. Henny in the cup, gang nugs behind these velvet ropes. Limited access, unlimited assets, multiple facets. Killing this multi-syllable rap shit. Every aspect of what I say becomes classic. Another one for the history books. A Staten Island, I'm just doing me, keeping it thorough like capital P, R.I.P. holding it down for my borough.
Alright then. So
Alright, this interview is taking quite of a left turn.
we have another booklet for y'all coming. We don't know when, but when it does come, it's gonna be amazing. And I was listening to he sent me this beat and it was fire, and I was like, yo, let me write this verse. And I was writing a verse and I said something in the verse about True Villain, and I was like, this is the title of the next fucking booklet. So can I say it? Or you want to say it?
Yeah, he just hit
Count
me
of
up
three.
on IG and was like, True Villainy on
Papyrus. That's the name of the next booklet. True Villainy on Papyrus. We going to ancient Egypt, motherfuckers.
That's what he told me, and I was
We're
like,
going
you know what?
to ancient
Yes.
Egypt, motherfuckers.
I love Egypt.
I can dig it.
Pharaohs and shit.
You heard
Oh,
it
yeah.
here
First.
Not any other show.
L.I.
Here.
motherfucking
Right
Papyrus.
Here.
Be on the lookout, man, because the last project was sick.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
yes,
I don't know if they
it
can
is.
drop anything that isn't sick. You know what I mean? Can you? No, you can't. All right, I'll
We
answer
can
it for
try,
you.
but we'll fail.
Yeah. You guys are great at creating shit that's like really good and not terrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when you guys are creating music
Shout out
together,
to Burn the Circus. Go get that.
Oh,
Go
Burn
get
Circus,
got the
man.
fucking poster
Go
in the
get
back. You know what I
that.
mean?
Sign
It's
poster.
crazy. Like,
Classic.
classic. You know, this guy just hands them out too. Like you got to charge $100 a piece, bro. Those things are crazy, man. Fire.
It's like going around handing out fucking priceless artworks to people.
Yo.
It's like, would you like this Matisse? Would you like this fucking Da Vinci? Like, just here, listen to it, absorb it.
I felt like I got the motherfucking Lisa.
Facts.
Now there's only one. Like,
You know, she's only the most famous painting in the world because she was stolen and then returned. Before that, nobody gave a fuck about the Mona Lisa. But it was an article in the paper
Fuck
once
that
it got
kind of-
stolen. It was like, how the fuck they get in? Because the security's supposed to be so secure. Nah, nigga.
yes.
Learn something new,
The
huh?
security guard is some dude eating a donut, $12
Facts.
an hour. Doesn't give a fuck
Facts.
about the museum or the
He's
artwork.
falling asleep on the
Fuck that
fucking
shit. Take-
ledge.
Now he's the pinnacle like of everything that is history of that art piece.
Mona Lisa. Da Vinci. Shout out to Da Vinci though. He was a beast. This nigga was building helicopters back then. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Stop it. Stop it.
I wasn't expecting
Yo,
that.
stop it. Shout out to Dr. Seuss, greatest rapper alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taught everybody. Stop it. Stop
No, that's a fact.
Shout out.
Man.
Still got my books.
it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, like you were talking about that tape, weren't you?
What
Is
tape?
that you guys are talking about the new thing coming out?
Mm-hmm. True Villainy on Papyrus is the next
Okay.
booklet.
Is there
yeah.
anything like specific we gotta wear? Like, is there any dates or anything like
definitely
that?
this year.
Yeah.
Definitely
you know
this
what?
year.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing about it that I think is definitely something to look forward to. I'll say one person that's gonna be on this tape. Ren Thomas is gonna be on this tape. Okay.
For
all
anyone
I'm
who
gonna
doesn't
say.
know who that is, because
I'm
we
just
have a
gonna
lot of
say
young listeners.
There was some like hints like during this interview of what we're gonna be doing, but you know, you'll see.
Yeah,
You'll
it's all
see.
There's
subliminal.
gonna be
You'll figure
some.
it
There's
out.
gonna be
Turn the pages.
some exclusive shit on this shit, man. I'm telling you. And it's time travel, baby. We're going back in time. So you might see Cleopatra on this motherfucker. You might see Tutankhamun on this motherfucker. So you know what I'm saying. Moses might make a cameo, an audio cameo. You never know. So True Villainy on Papyrus 2019. Next booklet.
Be on the fucking lookout.
You heard it here first. L.I. on the rise.
Oh, yo, and I gotta ask you this.
Yeah.
And we all actually know this guy. He's a big fan of all of ours. This guy Brandon.
Yeah. Shout out my man's yo. He really
Yo,
he
love
going
on the
ham.
next
Yeah,
level.
I appreciate him.
I was asking him like, what would you ask iNTeLL if you were gonna interview him? And this is the question that he gave me, and I was just gonna say it, but I gotta give him the credit for it because I didn't think of this shit. He thought of it, and he wants to know your meaning of getting it popping in the Zen den. He needs to know the meaning of that.
The Zen Den is what me and my wife named the studio that we had at our previous apartment. It was, you know, a living room space, but we had a mic set up, and we would just vibe out with our friends, and everything was real zen. You know, it was art everywhere. There was no cursing. You got to take your shoes off. And if you had the urge to create some art, we had the mic right there, and we would just record some shit. And then when people aren't around and it's just me and my wife, there are husband and wife things that go down in the sentence.
Yo, I just want to add, when I first went to their spot, he's like, yo, you can sit wherever you want, bro. My house is your house. He's like, but don't sit right there. It's a Zen Den. And I was just like, all right. So when you guys mentioned that earlier, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it.
I mean, and we got a baby now. Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Shout out to my son. Our son, Lauren Prince Hawkins.
Shout out.
Yeah. But you baked him, so he's ours.
But you had the secret ingredient.
Secret? I don't know if it was secret. I mean, it was an ingredient.
There ain't no secret about it, bro.
It was an ingredient.
It was a piece of the
I had that adobo. You know what I'm saying, bro?
All right, iNTeLL. So you have songs with Meth Man, Snoop Dogg, big names, just to name a few. Is there anything that you've learned from these big names when it comes to music or the music business? I feel like it's something that's just not talked about enough. Any advice for any people interested in music that are listening to this?
That's a great question. I learned a lot from Meth. You know, he's been like a mentor to me with this music shit. And then even just, going along with him, paying attention to certain things. So that taught me to create. He would tutor me on the creative, but also I learned some of the business just from being in the right place at the right time and being observant, paying attention. One thing I learned on the creative aspect that really helps me is like the structure in which he write his rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Because I write on my phone, and he went from paper to the phone, so I used to watch him how he write on his phone, and then that kind of helped me find my way to write on my phone. So the structure, which also helps the way you say it and the way you enunciate certain things and certain cadences and flows. So I feel like that changed the game. Like when I got an iPhone and I started figuring out how to write on that, it was like a jump forward in the level of the technical level of artistry that I was creating. And in terms of the business, I'm learning just from paying attention and from, my own research that you are everyone in this day and age, everybody is a walking brand. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody. You can fucking do it yourself. You just have to know exactly what it is you're giving to the world, and you got to know exactly what you want to get back. Because all this, I want to do this and I want to get this, but how come I don't have this? Is bullshit. You got to know exactly what it is you want to do for the people that you want their money. You feel me? What service you going to provide them? And once you figure that out, you get on the internet, you make an Instagram, you make a website, all things that cost pennies. So if you broke, start up fund, get some seed money from your family and friends. You know what I'm saying? With $100, you can create an Instagram, create a website, create a logo on a Monday, and have 100 followers by Friday, and so on and so forth. Build your fucking brand, and you don't need anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can do it starting with yourself, looking in the mirror and figuring out what the fuck you have to offer to the world.
Great fucking answer, man.
All right, man. Thanks
Phenomenal
for coming out.
advice.
Like, that's
Thank
a
you.
wrap. Wow.
No, but truly, like you know how to.
That's
go
very
about it.
very useful information for everybody
Yeah,
listening.
man. I
to,
look
especially the local
young as
scene.
shit, but I've been doing this since 2008, man. Maybe early 2005, man. Like,
That's crazy.
got over 10 years of making music, and just because y'all may not have heard of me and I ain't got Drake numbers don't mean I ain't put in my fucking 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? So when I could reciprocate and share what I've learned and what I've been through with anybody, it doesn't matter who you are, big, little, small, novice, veteran, I'm down to share knowledge, because that's how we grow as a human colossus, as an entity.
Yeah, and now that you're talking about that, that's another thing I noticed with your music, and I respect so much about it, is that you wanna have knowledge in your music to make people better people.
Facts.
And have them informed, and I respect the hell out of that.
Thank you.
man.
I'm glad that you know, not to say that other people don't notice, but it's good to hear it in real life coming from another human being. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, yeah, I think that's dope, and you doing this, and I'm like, I appreciate whatever anyone gets from my music, but to hear you say that, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Because that is one of the primary goals. It's like, I want you to be a different person than when you finish listening to the song than you were when you started, especially when I go and do songs like Containers, which is a song about human trafficking that I did on my album that was distributed by the Snow Goons label, and that came out 2017. And that song with the accompanying visual, I want people to see that and go like, oh shit, people getting snatched from everywhere. It's not just a foreigner thing. It's not just a different country thing. I could be not watching a relative and they could get snatched, and we could be in Ohio. So pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
I appreciate your art, man.
Thank you very much.
It's more than music, it's art. It is. It's like music is an art, but in total what you're doing is it's just beautiful like an art, especially, you know, with the both of you guys too as well. So
I appreciate you guys also creating your own art and sharing it with us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
we
man.
appreciate it. It means a lot.
Come witness a creature, I'm spitting this ether, bionic, 300 a feature, destroying your speaker with comments. I'm puffing a Sheba, we rolling a leafer, the chronic. They call me a teacher, I'm really a preacher, a prophet. They can't do what I can do. My rifle's full of Bible jewels, writing like my life was struck by lightning. As a righteous, too excited elements, you should repent. Sin inside of you, fried like a pilot's food. Eyes look like vaginas.
When we put out the first TRUVILLAIN tape, you know, I put up a couple of posts where I said, you know, like, you got to understand what we fight for. You know, we fight for our families. We fight for everything that we love. You know, this music drives us, and it's a therapy for us. But this also, we're artists that we're putting out all this work and all this effort, and this art is feeding our families, and we're taking care of our families with it. You know, and it's like, support that. You know what I mean? If you can't support any other aspect of it, then support that, because I feel like that's something people don't really understand.
I don't see a difference between the hard work that we put in as artists and the hard work that a mason would put into building a building. You know what I'm saying? Our bricks, we use words as our bricks. You know what I'm saying? We use words as our mortar. So if you can respect a man going to work every day, doing physical labor to feed his family, then you should be able to respect a man doing creative labor. Because we doing creative labor and physical labor because we live in the real world. You know what I'm saying? So it's double hard, but very well said, my man. Very well said. Besides being super dads and spending time with our kids we love and our families, what else? We write treatments for videos. We think of concepts for songs. Really, the music is our downtime as well as the hard work.
It's how much you love it.
You know?
You're
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait to, like, he sent me this beat. And I was like, okay, I wasn't really in the mood to write, but the shit was so hard. I was like, oh, I'm writing this right now, and I get excited and shit, you know. So music still does that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've been discussing videos as well. You know, for the first TRUVILLAIN project. You know, there'll be some for the following one, and you know, we've been throwing ideas back and forth. So there's definitely going to be videos, you know, for the first one as well. That's not something that we're just going to say, okay, that's out here, and let's move on to the next thing. Like, we're going to be touching base back on that as well. So.
And speaking of the music and all the new things coming out, you got this new project coming out?
Yeah, I got the warm-up tape, which is like a prequel to my next album.
And someone's being burned alive on the cover.
Yes, yeah, there's a guy burning alive. I just thought it was funny.
Fire.
I don't know. I mean, a poor individual.
It's
God
Hitler.
rest his soul. It's whoever you hate, you know.
Good answer.
These rappers.
Exactly.
Dracarys.
Facts. Nah, but you know, it's you know, there's a lot of short songs on it. You know, there's like what they were talking about before, when iNTeLL and Prema were talking about before. You know, there's some short songs on it, songs that weren't finished. There's, you know, a lot of different things on it. A lot of unreleased stuff from my first album, 13. Unreleased stuff from Burn the Circus. And, you know, I didn't really list it, so I'm sure people can just figure that out. And then after that, I have an album coming out this summer as well, called White Noise, so which I know we spoke about the last time I was here. Yeah, you know, and then working on TRUVILLAIN and more videos, and just never stops.
It's on the way.
It never stops.
It's on
you
the
know,
way.
There's always more to do.
Premium content, you know what I'm saying? Like, just follow us, keep up, you know, you pay attention. You like what you like, you don't like what you don't like, but I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed and you will be entertained.
So I just want to say, when it comes to us and what we do, when people want to become, I guess, like an interviewer or like a media personality, you know, they really want to start with like big people first, but then they're like, oh, okay, I got to start with the locals and then work my way up. And when Alan and I formed this platform, the whole idea was just helping out our local talent. So iNTeLL, to have someone like you come up on here and support the platform, bro, it really means the world. And I could even put that for Dice, you too. Having both you guys come up here, supporting what we do, it's unbelievable. We're truly grateful.
Yeah, I was even saying earlier too, you know, shout out to you guys, you know what I mean? Because you guys really spend all your time trying to put more people on the map and bring other people's art out there. And, you know, it's one thing for us to talk about how much work we put in, but you guys put work into helping others.
Facts.
And that's, like, I mean, come on. How can you not respect that? If you don't respect that, then I don't know what you're doing.
This is essential. Like, podcasting is like the new Stretch and Bobbito. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say this video doesn't get seen by someone that could change our lives? You know what I'm saying? And the visual element as well as the audio element is very, very important. Radio is not what it used to be because everything is internet based. And what is podcast? It's an internet radio show. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys sharing your platform with us. Absolutely. And you're at the forefront of this, I think, especially in this area, because I don't really hear too much going on from Long Island. But I appreciate that you guys are here to change that. You know what I'm saying? And shine a light on Long Island.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we need that. Strong Island. I told you I went to school out here, boy. CW Post. Strong Island. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? And Meth grew up in Hempstead. So, you know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang is New York and everywhere. LA, Staten Island. Island to island.
Children.
You know what I'm saying? Facts.
For the children.
For the children.
Been holding back until now. You know what I mean? So.
I told him something like, you wore the Woo shirt.
Yeah, that shirt's fire.
I'm always ready.
Yo, I want to do a
I actually cleaned it
contest.
today, too.
Yo, we should do a contest for like who has the dopest, most unique Woo blended shirt. And we'll offer up something. I don't know what, because I'm broke. But I think that would be a, you know, like L.I. on the Rise and us, like, True Villain, like, contest to see who come up with the dope. Oh, because, yo, this is funny. iNTeLL doesn't even have his own Wikipedia page, and I'm listed as an affiliate on the Wu-Tang affiliates, but that took years to earn that.
Yeah.
And like a few days after we dropped True Villain, there was a whole True Villain page on Wikipedia listed as Wu-Tang affiliates. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? But hey, I'm on it, motherfucker. It's there.
He texts me and he's just like, yo, congratulations, affiliate status. And I was just like, I'll be honest, I'm sitting there with my phone and I'm just like looking for a little while. And I'm like, not for real? I was like, wait, what?
Yo, I was like, yo, did somebody make this?
I'm just like, you know, I would be still looking at my phone now. I'd be like, nah, come on now. It's gonna be fucked up or
Yeah, I
something,
thought
like.
that was cool. I thought that was pretty cool. So,
That's
because
lit.
you know, I
Just like-
Google myself, I check and see, because you know, you work hard, you want to see the results. You know, I
That's
worked
it.
hard. You still have to type in either iNTeLL Music or iNTeLL Rapper. Sometimes, if you type in my name the right spelling, I'll just pop up. But I gotta compete with iNTeLL core processors, so forget y'all. I'm not gonna say fuck y'all, because y'all in the computers I use. But you know, one day it'll just be
Necessary
straight
evil.
iNTeLL.
Like,
Facts,
you
facts.
know,
My brain is like a computer.
Yo, this
anyway.
is why D1C3 happened, man. They were like a droid from Star Wars. I'm like, no, man, stop it. Nah, but yo, and it was crazy too, you know, because everything came full circle, and True Villain really like everything just happened very quick, and people accepted it really well. And I was like, yo, this is fucking awesome, you know, because we like put all these ideas together real quick, and then it just worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the airport when you sent me the text message from Meth and everything, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Wow.
It's like, damn, yo, he
recognize
shared it.
real.
So it was just, yo, that's crazy.
That's lit.
So is there anything that you want your supporters, your following to know about you guys that maybe they couldn't figure out?
I appreciate you. I'm sure y'all know that. Keep up. Keep supporting, and you know, I won't let you down.
And I'll say, I mean, the same thing, but pay attention to every single person that you see in this room, every single one of them. Everybody's doing really big things. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate the hate as much, because if I didn't have hate, I would just stay exactly where I am. And yeah,
We eat
no
the hate.
good.
It's cold, but it's good.
Yeah, trust me, man. When I was looking at the MGK shit, like, everybody's like, fucking Eminem wannabe, so it's like, you know, I see that so much, and I'm
rap
like,
god, I'm gonna rap devil.
Oh yeah, they're hating on your YouTube video. That has 100K views on it.
yeah.
Idiot. Like,
But you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, thanks, man. And it gets people more mad. It's like, what? No, fuck you. And I'm like, nah. Like, that's what makes me work harder. Like, that's what it's about. If everybody loved everything you did,
You wouldn't do it.
yeah, you're just gonna sit there and be like, all right, well, cool. I could just stay stagnant now.
Yeah. That's how you end up with scoop diddy poop.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Both of you, really, for coming out,
Absolutely.
spending your time with us, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
It's been really fucking cool.
absolutely. And you know what?
and he's dead.
We gonna end it on
One
that.
down. One down.
And where can people follow you guys who are interested?
You guys can go to intelmakesmusic.com to get a hold of my music as well as the other artists that you saw tonight. Or you can go to Instagram, type in Smarty McFly _ That's me currently because I'm going through a Back to the Future phase. You'll see why later. But yeah, Smarty McFly _
And you can find me at dicemusic.com, D1C3music.com. On Instagram, D.1.C.3. I think I said that right. Yeah, just dots in between. You know, you can figure it out, I'm sure. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you
Absolutely.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.